Charlie Kirk sat down with Gavin Newsom.
Yeah.
Your boss, your hero, your idol, PBD said he would sit down with Gavin Newsom.
And I wouldn't.
Tell him I'm
my own man.
So maybe you're being a little emotional.
No, I'm not, Adam, because
angry.
What is the podcast? Not Pat. I'm talking about Gavin Newsom's podcast is trying to make him look good. He's not good. He's a piece of shit.
A couple of weeks ago, and he said, I want you to meet Trump. He said, I'm going to take you to the White House. So now we're going to do that.
I think that's a good
there will be
conversation.
lots of people on the left who will be like, how dare you talk to this man? It's like, fuck you. You know, I'm not playing this game with...
In this clip, we're going to see the PBD Podcast hosts basically lose their minds and get into some crazy argument over Bill Maher going to see Donald Trump. In this clip, the PBD Podcast hosts, Vinny, Adam, Patrick Bet-David, they all just kind of, especially Adam and Vinny, they get into some strong back and forth because Vinny is saying basically he doesn't trust Bill Maher, and Adam is saying you should trust Bill Maher, and they go hard in this clip. And you know what I like? I like when Vinny and Adam fight because they do make for it. It makes amazing content. Without further ado, we'll finish seeing this clip of Bill Maher explaining why he's not afraid to go see Donald Trump. You know, the left being always crying. It doesn't matter. You know, like it doesn't matter. It's like all the time they're not happy with something. There's always a label they give to people. It's just ridiculous. But Bill Maher is going to destroy that notion, and then Vinny and Adam are going to absolutely lose their mind. This is going to be pretty good.
That you mean girls play.
Schultz.
Where like, oh, you know what? You can't sit at my lunch table because I'm just not talking to you. Not talking to you, you lost the election. Who the fuck do you think you have to talk to? You know, it's one thing if you win it. It's another thing if you lose it.
You got to start talking to people.
Have to talk to. And I see Gavin Newsom is doing this now. He's changed his tune. He's got a podcast, and the first guest was Charlie Kirk.
I thought that was...
You know,
I thought that was brilliant.
He mentioned me. He said, like, I'm noticing what Bill does, talks to both sides, like, is left leaning, but not afraid to criticize the people on his team. Like, we got to get more of this going.
This
has to become the center. This has to become a real center. Right now, it's a few lonely islands that need to like become a bigger fucking sandbar.
Yeah. No, for real. You're right. Like, it needs to be normalized.
Adam. Well, Bill Maher is absolutely right. I mean, I don't care what he says, no matter what he does, he's always, always, always going to be left of center. His city could burn down. They can chop off all the dicks in California. He's still going to be like, I'm still with Gavin. He doesn't care. But he's at least willing to have the conversation. Like, he'll go to the edge of the line. He'll look over on the other side. Be like, not yet. How old is Bill Maher, by the way? He's got to be 70. No? So, what you have to give him credit for is that he's at least willing. 69, dude. He's about to be 70 next year.
Okay, we'll skip ahead a little bit. Oh, no, they're going to get ready to get into it shortly because Adam Sosnick, I'm sorry, like, he's just mumbles and bumbles and he never gets to the point.
He's at least willing to have that conversation. I mean, you had a great conversation with him on the podcast, and by conversation, I mean he spoke to you for about 2 hours, and you said, Vinny, you asked him a couple questions.
Okay, well, listen, this is my opinion. You guys are going to like it because I know where, you guys...
You see, Patrick Bet-David moved on from Vinny because it's just mumbling. It's constant mumbling with Vinny.
Well, the dialogue is good. I know people want to hear it, but here's the thing. Why Bill Maher still does it right now? I know he's kind of shifting, but he called Trump a Nazi, Hitler, a traitor, an idiot, criminal, threat to democracy. What are they going to meet about? He also said he belongs in prison. He made fun of his family. He called people that support him stupid. And in 2016, he wrote did a special called Whiny Little Bitch to trash Trump. And let's not forget, he offered $5 million, do you remember this, to charity if Trump could prove his dead mother, didn't have sex with an orangutan. Okay, let's just put that out there, okay? That's not criticism, that's freaking hate, okay? And to me, it's...
I didn't know he did that. That is pretty sick. My God, these people, they take it too far.
What is that going to help Trump? Seeing Bill Maher in the White House is going to do what? I'm just curious. He's not going for re-election. He's not, to me, all it does is hurt the opposite side, because let's be real. People like Gavin Newsom, okay? He's not a political opponent. He's the enemy, okay? If he gets into the power, what do you guys think he's going to do? All this podcasting and all this thing, to me, it's making them look like, yeah, the other side is good, because it's not about us. The Republicans are going to vote for him. Their side is going to go, you know what? Gavin seems, hold on.
Let me ask you a question.
You can, but let me finish. We're making him seem like he's a good person because he's speaking in this on the podcast. Adam, do not let these people fool you. Once they get into power, that guy is a full of shit snake. Okay, this is war. You don't hand the enemy the microphone. You don't give them a platform. You don't give them the spotlight. You don't make them look good, because once they go in, don't get it twisted, bro. This is positive and negative. It's good and evil. Gavin Newsom, you want to make him look good for what? Look at what he does to the state. Look at California, okay? We dodged a bullet with Kamala. I'm not a fan of it. They're the enemy, bro. Why make them look good?
Let me ask you this question.
They would destroy the country if they had the chance to do it. And it almost happened with Kamala.
So there's a lot of what you just said that I agree with, but you keep calling the Democrats the enemy.
They are.
Enemy.
They
the
are.
Enemy.
They really are.
I don't know. Okay.
They really are.
Just because
I believe it.
They're
In my heart of hearts.
They're Americans.
You can still be evil and be an American.
Okay. Well, this is where you lose a little bit of credibility, in my estimation.
Okay, go ahead.
I think you should find a different word than enemy. These are Americans. They're elected in America.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I agree with Gavin Newsom? No. Do I think he's a snake oil salesman? Yes. Do I think that he would be disaster for America? Yes.
By the way, guys, if you like these clips, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you to every eye that lands on these videos. And it's funny because I think if you ask Adam that question today about the New York mayor candidate, I think he would have a different answer. But that is not me promoting anybody. I just think it's funny to hear him saying this. Okay, getting right back into it.
But calling someone an enemy, like the Ayatollahs in Iran that are shouting death to America, are an enemy. North Korea that threatens us with missiles, enemy. Right? China, competitor. I don't even know if they're an enemy per se, maybe. But to call fellow Americans an enemy, I don't think is doing you any justice.
Adam.
Tom.
You can say that, but you got to look at both sides, because it's happening on both sides.
Would you have Gavin Newsom
when
on the
Kathy
podcast?
Griffin holds up a severed head and said he's better off dead, what the hell is that?
I'm not that.
When you've got
Kathy Griffin
them
is a
referring to
used-up
us-
comedian. I'm not worried about her. I'm
No.
talking about
Let's go to Hillary
congressmen. I'm
Clinton
talking about
and the
governors.
deplorables. And
Okay.
then let's go.
I don't
if
condone
there's
that
voter
either.
suppression, it should be on the other side. There's been plenty said about that the conservatives are the enemies, that the conservatives are backwater, that the conservatives shouldn't even be voting. There's a lot of it that goes on backside.
fully agree
so
that
you
is a
can't just
horrible
attack
rhetoric.
one side on Vinny and say, oh, Vinny, be careful about saying enemy. Where did this start?
Tom, I agree with you. You got your panties in a bunch.
No, he's
I don't like
passionate.
anybody.
Stop it. Don't.
Listen,
Don't
ladies,
throw the pithy little thing,
ladies,
panties in a butt,
ladies,
like you're
ladies, calm down.
That is so sexist and beneath even you, dude.
So I wish that even the Republican, there was a sorry, Tom, PBD, Tom, I know you're getting a little worked up. It's okay, I like it. This is when Tom shows his strength. I like it, respect. But there was a congressman who was speaking. Oh, it was fucking Chuck Schumer. My apologies. He called the Trump administration the enemy. And I'm watching that and I go, that is disgusting. It's disgusting. My point is this.
Okay, 'cause I wanna
we
say
got to
my
stop
point.
calling each other the enemy because you disagree with the other side. Would you sit down with Gavin Newsom if you wanted to come on the podcast?
Absolutely not. I don't want to give him. Let me finish. You asked me a question. Let me finish.
So
absolutely.
Charlie Cookwood.
I say no.
PBD,
I say
would
no.
you sit down with Gavin Newsom?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
So you're being an emotional
No, I'm
little
not. Because
girl
Adam,
right now, Vinny.
Well, you ready for this? When I joined the military,
Tom,
let me
since
finish.
you got your panties in a bunch, would you sit down with Gavin Newsom?
There you go again, dude.
Can I finish, Adam?
Tom, would you sit down with Gavin Newsom?
Yeah.
I did not mean to bust out laughing. You know why I think it's even more funny? Because Tom is he's always so chill. He's over there. He's got the stats. He's got them printed out. He's making notes and everything. He's like, there you go again. Like, and I don't blame him. I do understand. Believe it or not, this is quite shocking because I usually cannot stand Adam Sosnick. But I understand the point that he's making. But here's the better part is that, you know what? Shout out to Adam Sosnick. I'm gonna give him one, I'm going to give him some credit. He did have Nick Fuentes on his show, and PBD says he won't have him on his show. So shout out to Adam Sosnick. Then you know what? I just admitted defeat. Let me just shut up and let the let the clip play.
So I would.
Okay, tell me
I
why.
would sit down with Gavin Newsom.
Tell me
I
why.
think he'd be pretty spirited, and I'd really challenge him. But would I sit down with him in America, where everybody's got free speech, and attempt to have a dialogue?
Yeah.
Yes, I would.
Great.
Can I agree with
you.
my thing, Pat,
Yeah,
really
go
fast?
for it. And then
And Adam,
we'll transition.
okay,
Go for it.
when I joined the military, just like him, we did an oath, and it said, I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign
and domestic.
Well, guess
Yes.
what, Adam? When these pieces of you-know-what go after the president, they try to take his money, they try to destroy him, they open up the border, and they do all the shit that they did, they are the enemy of the people. I don't care what you want to say, and it might hurt your feelings. I don't give a shit.
So when
This
Chuck
country-
Schumer
is one of them. They want to destroy the country.
So when he
Period.
calls people within the Trump administration, RFK,
Prove,
Pete Hegseth,
give me the example of how. Yeah, he's full
when
of
he
shit.
when he calls them the enemy,
Yeah.
do you think he's wrong in doing that?
No, Adam, he could say whatever he wants. Show me the receipts. We have the receipts of what the hell the Democrats have been doing for ages. Adam,
So
just
only you're right.
No,
and they're wrong.
I did not say.
Got it,
I
got
just
it.
said.
got
No,
it,
you're
I
putting
got
words
it,
in my
I got
mouth.
it.
Adam, there's evil Republicans. There's evil Democrats. But what the Democratic Party did for this past 4 years, if you can't tell me that that was evil, with all the shit that they're doing, with letting in all the kids going missing, open border, drugs poisoning Americans, going after the president, and then the guy gets shot in the head because you're calling him fucking Hitler. Yeah, they're the enemy.
Well,
they're
okay.
the enemy,
And
period.
you're
End of story.
What I'm saying is we need to stop calling fellow Americans the enemy.
I'm not, Adam.
On
I'm
both
not.
sides.
Then stop acting like an enemy, and I won't call you the enemy.
Okay, well, then-
if a dog is acting like a dog,
Tom,
I'm like, that's the dog.
Vinny, I love you. Just because you're yelling loud doesn't
I'm
mean
not
you're
yelling.
right.
You're not
here.
making any point.
Well,
you're not making a point.
No, I'm going to give you the point right now, my friend.
Go ahead, buddy.
Charlie Kirk sat down with Gavin Newsom.
Yeah.
Your boss, your hero, your idol, PBD said he would sit down
Okay.
with Gavin
And
Newsom.
I wouldn't.
Tell him on your.
I'm
you said
my
you
own
wouldn't.
man.
So maybe you're being a little emotional.
No, I'm not, Adam, because
and angry.
what is the podcast? Not Pat. I'm talking about Gavin Newsom's podcast is trying to make him look good. He's not good. He's a piece of shit.
Okay, so let's
Sorry.
let's go through this. Or my opinion on this here, and this is why this works. We went to a fight this weekend. We were with John Jones and.
No, I cannot do. Sorry, I can't. He does this all the time. People never get straight to. Let me try to skip ahead. Like I gotta hear that he went to the fight. No,
You went to the White House and da 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 da. I got an invitation from the president, so I'm going to the White House. Okay, Steve Harvey, Tim Cook. Hey, how could you talk to President Trump and da 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 da? Well, he picks up my calls when I call him. Really? That's Steve Harvey right there. When he met with and by the way, this is a while back when they met. What year is this when they met?
I remember this picture because I remember people were going off about Steve Harvey, and he looks so scared. Trump looks really good in this picture, and Steve Harvey looks so scared. He was because he knew black folk were going to eat him alive. I didn't eat him alive. I just for me, I think I made the same point back then back then I was a Democrat. Whatever all of these terms mean anymore, but I was like, why he look like that? Like he might as well just smile and give the man a hug. He was like, my President Obama told me to support him. You know he voted for Trump because it was good for his pockets back then. Shout out to Steve Harvey though. That was we forget about Steve Harvey and all of that. Like people always bring up Kanye West because Kanye West was like down for Trump, but Steve Harvey that took a lot of moxie and guts. Listen, this clip was hilarious to me because Adam and Vinny going off like that is just always funny to me. But at the end of the day, look, people can talk to whoever they want to. Vinny says he doesn't want to do the podcast. PBD says he does. It is what it is. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.